Tajweed, very simply, just a few ayahs of the Quran, very small lines that you've either heard. It's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that indeed we have made the Quran easy. And many times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears and promises that the Quran is easy to memorize and to understand and to recite. So you should always tell yourself that if you're finding it hard, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't a liar. Yeah, the fault is something, maybe I'm not trying hard enough, or I've not concentrated enough. And the other ayah is أَوْزِدْ عَلَيْهِ وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. Yeah, so it means to make it voluminous, to raise your voices. This is one of the problems, brothers have got squeaky, small voices. You have to raise your voice so that the mistake can be noticed. You are putting yourself out there when you're reciting. And وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ, so you need to do it with tartil, to beautify it. And that's what the Prophet ﷺ said, لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ لَمْ يَتَغَنَّ بِالْقُرْآنِ. So yataghanna means to either raise it or to make it melodious. These are really the basic rules. Now, we're going to start the lesson. The first thing to know is the definition of tajweed. Yeah? So I've written it up there. This is the basic summary. It has actually up to 6 lines of definition for tajweed. But what we have here is the basic explanation of the tajweed, which is... Sorry, do you want something? Yeah, that's fine. So, the basic definition of the tajweed is kulla harfin haqquhu mustahiq. Yeah, so kulla means what? It means each. Yeah, each harf, letter, haqquhu, its right, is mustahiqhu. It is deserving of it. That means, brothers, that every letter that's in between has a right between each letter. Because what we do sometimes is that we merge letters, and you're going to discover that in the class here, that we recite a heavy letter, and because there's a light letter after, something that is very light, latif, we say it's like itr, it's like perfume. So the fumes go onto the next letter, and they go into the next letter, and so it doesn't sound right. So this is basically the definition. So the beginning, what we're going to start with is the basmala. Maybe the important aspect of this is really to take it from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, because he said, كُلُّ أَمْرٍ ذُو بَالٍ لَا يَبْدَأْ بِبِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ فَهُوَ أَبْتَرٌ. So he said, كُلُّ أَمْرٍ, every matter, ذُو بَالٍ means that's worth doing, that's important, that does not begin with the basmala, فَهُوَ أَبْتَرٌ. And abtar means cut off, basically. It actually means like amputated. So even when they said to the Prophet ﷺ, when his son had died, and Surah Al-Kawthar came out after, when they said, Batara Muhammad, they were saying Muhammad is cut off, Muhammad is cut off. Because they were Quraysh, his relatives even, the kuffar, they were celebrating about how he lost his children, that he lost his lineage. So it means that every action that does not begin with the basmala, dhubalin, that is important, is abtar, it is cut off. Meaning from the ni'mah, or it means the potential of the many ni'am, the many rewards that you can get from reading the Quran. So I suggest that when you read, the ta'awudh you need to recite once. So the first time you read, make sure you say the ta'awudh. When you're at home, when you're here, in any situation, the ta'awudh, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. That you need to recite once. Then the rest of your dars, you can just say the basmala. So make sure you include the basmala at the beginning. Don't get lazy and go, I'll just... When you start your recitation, start with the basmala. Now, before we move on, I want to hear your recitation. I want to hear your recitation so I can take some notes of it. So, do I choose or are there volunteers? Masumbai, feeling brave? Alaju? Go.
I've got a very sore... Okay.
Nice and loud, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Can I borrow one of your pencils if that's alright? I forgot to bring mine. Okay. Next volunteer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. What I've noticed is that there's mistakes and some smaller mistakes, and they're completely different from either one of you. Yeah, so this is good. I'm getting a base rate now of rules that I can explain today. Where you match in the same mistake, inshallah, we'll go through it. Khalid, loud please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen. He did some things better and some things we need to work on. Okay, so any more volunteers? Yes, Ustad, go ahead.
I know I have mistakes as well, sir. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen. Okay, can I have a go? Okay, let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Now, I'm going to show you some of the common mistakes, okay? Because it will, if we continue these lessons, I'll get to know you and I'll get to know some of your things that we can improve on. But at the moment, what we're going to do is show you some of the common mistakes. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. When we say the Basmala, already there are some issues. When we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, yeah, the Ba, it's B, Ism, meaning in the name of. So it's B, Ism, and what we say is Hudhif al-Alif. The Alif has been cut off on the Ism, isn't it? So it's this. So for that reason, when you say the Ba, it's got to be light. Yeah? We say this is Muraqqaqa. Yeah? This is Muraqqaqa, Tarqiq, meaning that it has to be very, very light. And it's supposed to be quick. Okay? So it's not Bis. Do you get it? It's Bismillah, Bismillah, because Ba is what they call Tarful Fahm. Yeah? Tarful Fahm means that, not fam, what's up fam? Yeah? Not, that street term. Fam means your mouth, your lips. It's the tarf, meaning the tip of your mouth. So B. It's not B, like people go, all of this stuff. It's not that kind of ba. It's soft at the tip of your mouth. B. It's the first thing I notice when people recite. That instead of saying, Bismillah, almost you didn't hear the ba. I don't know if you noticed that, yeah? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillah. It's like if you go, let me show you. The difference, yeah? Remember, this whole tajweed lesson is focusing on hearing and using your mouth, okay? That's what tajweed is. Okay, so it's not this whole thing of, people getting on a board, showing you many, many rules, and then all the people I know on level 3, level 4, they can't recite Quran properly, yeah? So pay attention to this. So the ba, there's various levels of the ba, yeah, that you can make. You can say boo, boo, that's full mouth, that's not correct. You can go boo, that's like not full mouth, but you're making it like you're making your lips curl inwards. Like people who rap and stuff, okay? They go bo, like that. So it's not boo. And it's not boo, okay? Boo. That's like the tip of your lip. You can see it vibrates. It's not that. It's in between that. Boo, boo. Yeah? Kitabun, kitabun. So it's not completely boo, like this, and it's not your lips going all the way in like bo, or someone saying something like that, okay? So even when you recite it, it's the softest. Ba and dal are the softest letters, okay? There are soft letters, but some letters are softer than others, okay? And the ba is what they say raqiq, it's very, very soft, okay? So when you say it, and the sin is one of the 3 letters, right? I apologize if you think I'm jumping right in, but this is for you to start concentrating. Sin and the zay and the sad, yeah? The sad, the sin, and the zay, yeah? So, for example, وَآمِنُوا بِمَا أَنزَلْتُ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَكُمْ. You see the zay has a whistle. The zay and the sin have a whistle. So even if you write that down, you'll remember that the zay, the sad, yeah, and the sin have a slight whistle, yeah, and it will be hard if you have a dry mouth, which I have right now. But you can see it's sin, yeah. It's not, with a slight tha in it. It's sin. Can you hear that kind of whistle? So it has a slight whistling sound. The sin, the sad, yaslawnaha, the Imam, isn't it? Sheikh Abdul Qayyum, he said, yaslawnaha yawmaddin. You can hear the sad has a slight whistle, yeah, and the sin and the zay. So 3 of these have a slight whistling sound. So we're ready on the ba and the s. Ba, s, this, and it's quick, not bismillah. In the Hanafi book of fiqh, it says that when you elongate it at the beginning, like if you go, for example only, if you go Allah, it's makruh, heavy makruh. It's one of the is makruh tahrimi in the Hanafi books, because it says it indicates doubt in Allah. Do you get it? So you don't, when you begin these words, no, yeah, it's nice, short, quick. So it's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And one thing Ustad Kamal will show you when he recites, immediately, even if every letter was correct or every letter was mistaken, the way his mouth is open, big issue, guys. So now I'm going to teach you a few rules, yeah? Anyone has played a PlayStation in their life? Anyone play? Just be honest, man. Don't be holy on me, yeah? So basically, on the PlayStation you have what's it, like X, you have the circle, triangle, and was it square, innit, yeah? But Tajweed, we don't know, yeah? So basically, Tajweed is like that. Have you ever played a game where there's some sort of combo? I can't remember any game. Like I'm sure there is one where you have to press a combination X, X square thing, and it's very hard, and people get good at it because you're not even looking at the controller, isn't it? You're going square, triangle, X, square, triangle. Do you get it? When you look at some of these Street Fighter combos, it was like, and then some move comes out, right? Some super. It's like that. Your tajweed, you'll notice, you'll be tripping over yourself because you've been given these combinations. So in Arabic, it's basically like this. It's the shape, yeah? So we're going to look at ashkalul fam. Yeah, we're going to look at some of the shapes of the mouth. Basically, this is how your mouth is. I know that doesn't look like your mouth, but believe me, that's how your mouth can look. And it can look like this. That's supposed to be a circle, yeah? And it's like this. Like gha. Yeah, so when you say maghdubi, you have to first go ma. Yeah, so ma is like this. Yeah, ma. And then it goes into the ghain, which is not it's not quite because it's not gha, it's gha. So you have to combine ma. I'm showing you the details of it. Ma is ma. This, yeah, on your control pad in your mouth, yeah? Ma. But when it's stuck with the ghain, because ghain doesn't go gha, it goes gha. So it becomes mao, mao, mao. Do you get it? It's not magh, yeah, maghdubi, and it's not maghdubi. That's incorrect. It's you give the first the right. What do we say? Every harf has its haq. Tar hokase. He's got his right. You have to give it its right, or you're not reading correctly. So ma, and then it's linked with the ghain, with the tanween. So you say ma'u. You see that? You go ma'u, ma'u. So you're seeing you're giving the right of this shape, which is the a, ma, ta, tha, ja, like this. But then you're making this sound, which is ghain. Yeah, this is the ghain. What other letters is there like that? Gha.
There's qaf.
Qaf. What else? Gha, qa, kha. The kha, isn't it? Yeah, you know the kha is not Khalid. It's Khalid. Sah? You say Khalid. You don't say Khalid. Because Khalid would be, what's that called? What would you call it? A rectangle upwards. What's that? Like a chip, you know? Like you're eating a chip. So that's ma. What's the shape? So what am I talking about? The shape of your mouth forms how air is coming out of your mouth. And that affects the sound even if you got the sound correctly. Do you understand that? It affects the sound. For example, غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. Okay, I said da and I went lean. I did a smile. Okay, وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. You see that? However, can I do the same sound without doing the silly face? Alright? وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. I could even go, say ضَالِّينَ, like that. And ventriloquists, they can do it without moving their mouth at all. Right? But the point is, we're not ventriloquists, brothers. We're trying to learn the correct haq, yeah? The correct makharij for each letter. So you'll notice, though I can say ضَالِّينَ, but I can go ضَالِّينَ. The sound comes out in a different way. Yeah? Just like, you know, when people have a, I don't know, what do they call it, a flute or some sort of whatever, it's not just that you are, if you got all the tunes right on the thing, which is equivalent to the sounds that you make, yeah, like dad and sad and so on, but then if you're not blowing in correctly, what's going to happen? It's going to sound funny, right? So the air control is an aspect of tajweed that I don't really see anyone teaching. The mouth shapes, I don't really see emphasis on that. They do teach it, but I don't see emphasis on that. Because everybody wants to basically just go, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. That's all incorrect. You get it? Like that. That's not how you recite. If you see the imams in Mecca, you know, and the camera is facing them, and they're reciting, you see them making the full shapes. The proper, like my teacher, when he used to teach me, he could tell I'm making a mistake with his fingers in his ears. He could tell I was making a mistake with his fingers in his ears because you're not making them. If you don't make the right shape, how are you making the sound come out of your mouth? Some sort of artificial technology. It's not one of those, you know, those Yamaha keyboards where you can just press, be a clarinet now, be a piano, yeah? Your mouth, you only got one instrument, yeah? And that means that if you don't make the right shape, you won't come out with the correct sound. Okay, I can't emphasize anymore. That's why in Hajj, anyone went Hajj and anyone went Umrah? You went Umrah? Yeah? Hajj, mashallah. Anyone else? Umrah? If you look at it's mainly you'll find, yeah, you don't find that amongst maybe the Asian community, yeah? When we go Hajj, we're just happy to be there. Yeah, we're just happy to be there. We were there like, oh, there's how to do Hajj. You know what I mean? We got the clipboard, flipping over one, people doing this thing. They're not even memorizing the du'a. They're just going through the clipboard. So we're just happy to be there. But if you look at the people who have studied how to do Hajj, they've gone courses. They sit in front of the Kaaba. I don't know if you ever noticed this. And if you did, you may have not known what he was doing. A man will sit there and he'll go like this. That looks very strange coming from me. a stranger maybe. Yeah, but that they're making their facial expressions for the three makharij, the three ways of controlling the air. So what they're doing is because when your mouth's lazy, especially in the English language, and that's something to, all of this is for you to recognize yourself. This isn't for me to tell you something about something going on outside this window. For you speak the English language, which means you don't use about 80% of your mouth. And because you don't use 80% of your mouth, yeah, you have a lazy mouth. Compared to Germans, they don't have a lazy mouth. They got and Dutch as well. It's very, very hard to speak their language. For that reason, Arabic you're fine. And when the Arab brothers I met there, the Arabic is, biddiqqa, it's like on point. And the reason is because even if they were native, second generation Turkish, second generation Algerians, because of the language of Dutch or whatever, it's basically made their mouths exercise a bit. We don't exercise. Look, what does the average person say in the East End? He goes, I'm just going down the shop, mate. Like that, isn't it? What are you doing, mate? What am I doing? Now, can you see they don't move their mouth? All of it's just like that. Where's all of this? It's dead. So when I used to do my lessons in Egypt, yes, I've got very, almost embarrassing, but, it was like, I was saying the letter Ra, yeah, katharu. I was saying that for about half an hour, again and again and again, until my mouth hurt, And the benefit of that is to realize you need to awaken some of the shapes in your mouth. So one of the things you need to do sometimes, maybe before the class or somewhere, is you need to start, before you read Quran, just stretch your mouth. Because if you're like that, your mouth's tight. So when you're reciting, your mouth automatically wants to just stay shut. Pursed lips, stiff upper lip. Yeah, we can't recite like that. So the way Kamal recited, going back to the point, was his mouth was open, air was flowing out. So you can imagine air coming out like this. Yeah, it was coming out, and it came out like this. Like you could imagine. It wasn't getting squeezed. Okay, so it's not coming out and getting squeezed, and then like this, which is what brothers are doing. It's like muffle. Okay, so that's one of the problems, yeah, in the way that we project the air. In itself is a major problem with recitation, because it's impossible. And another problem I'll just give you, because to prove and settle this point, is ikhfa. Ikhfa is squeezing air. Okay, you know what ikhfa is? وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا وَإِن nasal. But if you're already squeezing the air because you are trying to do gan, we say yataghanna, to make it melodious, you're actually reciting all of it. So there are brothers I listen to, and the imams of masjids, and their recitation is supposedly very beautiful, and it is in some ways, but it's not correct tajweed, because they're reciting the whole surah in what? Through the nose. But ikhfa is only for the 14 letters, brothers, isn't it? So if you're going, let me show you how, because I did it like that. When I first went there, I thought I was wicked. I went there, I thought, check this out, get ready, Ustad. And I recited it. He said, okay, like that. And then he just tore it apart. Yeah. So the aim is that, yes, we want melody. But wallahi, yeah, I promise you, your enjoyment of the melody will come when you know that you have the backing of the tajweed. You do mujawwad, and then you do murattal. You don't do murattal first, bit-tartil, and then do tajweed second. Do you get it? Because they say, murattal قبل المجود مثل الصلاة بدون wudu. Yeah, that's basically the point. That's the main point. Imagine you do the most beautiful salah without wudu. Is it beautiful? It kind of is, but it isn't, because in essence you haven't done the requisites. So the main point is that you have to make sure that you're not doing it like this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbi. And it's all very high pitched, because I can tell you're squeezing the sound to try and make it sound nice, because you heard it on a tape. And what I'm going to try to do as well, if you stick with me, yeah, if some of you guys are not here next week, that's obviously your prerogative. But if you stick with me, we will find your actual voice. Because what it is if you weren't born to have a squeaky voice, like Ghamidi, mashallah. Ghamidi has a voice like, I don't know what to say, it's like honey, yeah? It's just so soft. But he was born with a very, when he talks, it's a very like, he doesn't have a deep voice to start off with. But when you get a deep voice person trying to read like Ghamidi, you're going to get someone very, they're screeching and they're reciting through their nose. So all of the letters are ikhfa, all of it is incorrect. Okay, when I say incorrect, by the way, I'm not talking about the minimum requirement maybe in your salah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you want to learn tajweed, I can teach you tajweed. You know, and there's varying levels of it. And I'm basically going to try and teach you a level that is, inshallah, you're not going to find easily, to be honest with you. I give you, and I'll tell you why, because the aim is we aim for the bottom. In this country, in most of the institutes, he teaches in the institute, they study in the institute, you know, and I know, you know, that the standard they set very, very low, because otherwise people won't be able to keep up. Whereas this method, inshallah, you will be able to keep up, because we're just doing Surah Al-Fatiha. If someone says, what did you do today? I said, I read Surah Al-Fatiha. And I learned all the rules via that. Okay? All of that just to tell you, control the sound. And it's mainly these three shapes. Yeah? This one is with these exceptional letters. Ra, qa, kha. Yeah? But it's ma, ta, tha, sa. Okay? And this letter is like wala dallin. Lean, man. It's got to be you're letting the air out come out this way. So if you imagine you're cutting the air, yeah, it's coming out like this. Wala dallin. Lean. Not dallin. Yeah, this is a muffled pronunciation, so this is not the correct makharij. Yeah? Going back to the point. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. B is going to be quick and no b, not bouncing. Bismillah, the end bit of that noise of ba, you do that. So it's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and it's not Rahim. There's no one called Rahim here. You know Rahim. This is what some of you were doing is Bismillah, because your natural inclination. I'll even show you why you make the mistake here, so you really understand yourself, your own mouth, why it's doing that. On mufakhama letters, and ra, when it's got fatha, correct? On fatha, it's mufakhama. It's a hard letter. Yeah, kafirin, fir'aun. The ra is muraqqaqa, means light. Everyone know what muraqqaqa is? If you don't, I'm introducing it to you. Muraqqaqa means light. Mufakhama, you can write that in English on your paper, you can write it in Arabic, it's no problem. We'll write things down more in detail, but I'm just giving you an introductory thing today, yeah? Muraqqaqa means light, yeah? And mufakhama means heavy. Okay? So ra is heavy when it's got a fatha, a zabar, yeah? A dhamma, a pesh, yeah? It's heavy. Kafaru, kafaru. Can you see that? Ru. Full mouth, ru, kafaru. But if it's fir'aun, can you see that? It's very light. Tip. Fir'aun, kafirin, reen, not kafirudin, like that. It's not even, it makes it even hard to pronounce. So basically what you do is, when you hit the ra, I'm going to tell you the hard bit and then I'll tell you how I can make it easy. The fact is it's actually half and half. Because it's Bismillahir Rah. It's light and then heavy. Now that is going to break your mouth today, trying to do that, yeah? So make sure you just know it's heavy for today, yeah? I'm going to give you the shortcut to some of these things. It's because at the end of the day, the main point is the ra. It's mushaddada, by the way. It's got tashdid on top of it, isn't it? It's two ras. Ar-Rah, isn't it? So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So imagine the ba. What's the rule for the ba? Got to be light. The ism, got to be quick. I'm showing you letter by letter. This, not bis, and it's not Bismillah. It's not long. It's isn't it? It's the erasing of the alif, because it's B with the ism of Allah, the name of Allah. You get rid of the alif, so you go Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So the ba is light, is muraqqaqa. The sin is you get to it quick, and the sin has a whistle. So it's this. Can you hear that? So it has a whistle. Is anyone lost? Is anyone feeling uncomfortable? Yeah. This is your class. You own it. Yeah. So you tell me what you want to know. You tell me what you're finding difficult with, and do it. Yeah. This is not some official. I'm someone, and all of this stuff. Yeah. A teacher teaches and everyone stay quiet. Any difficulties in that? Khalid, Ali, Masumbai, we cool. Yeah. So in your head, got to do that on the tip of my lip. This scene, got to whistle in terms of this. My son he had a lisp when he was little, so he used to go sweets. Yeah. So he has to go sweets, sweets. Yeah. It's when you close your teeth together and the back of your tongue, and you're making sure that the tongue is not touching. As soon as it starts touching the back of your teeth, it'll go sweet. My son says sweet. He used to. Now he can say sweets. Alhamdulillah. Sweets. Okay, that's the way to practice the scene, to get it right. Say to yourself, sweets. Yeah? So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. He is ha, no problem with that. Make sure it's breathy. Some people, when they're trying too hard, not to get in trouble in class, they're going, it's not it's when you say to your friend, you don't say it to your friend. Don't say it to your friend. Don't go smell my breath. Yeah, but if you were to say to your friend, smell my breath, if you want to, he'll get well upset. Okay, don't go to your friend, bro, smell my breath. Yeah, man's not gonna be happy. Yeah, you don't say to your friend, but because it's breathy. It's got hems. Yeah, it means it's breathy. Do you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, just ask. Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, it's so it's Bismillahir Rahman. It's like you take your breath away. So it's Hir Rahman, and then you go Rah. So I want everyone to try and practice the Ra, and I'm gonna one by one start from the right, and then I'm gonna start from the right in the back row as well. Yeah. In the next lesson, we are in a circle, in a conclave circle, brothers. Yeah, where we are kind of together. Yeah? I feel like the back row getting away with stuff. Yeah, anyway, I'm joking. So, Ra,
Ra.
Ru,
Ru.
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 No, that's light. Ru.
Ru.
When you went Ra, it should be the same when you're saying U. Not Ru, Ru. That's Kafi Reen. Kafi Reen. Can you hear that? Kafi Reen. Fir'aun. Not that. Don't go Ru. It's Ru. Like Kafa Ru or Kafara. Kafara. Ar-Rah. Ar-Rah. So can you say the Ra? Ra. You need to open your mouth bigger if you're going to get anywhere near. Ra. Like that.
Ra.
You're doing the full mouth, but you're not making the Ra sound. If you go, some of the brothers said they couldn't do this. I thought everyone could. When we were little kids, you make the sound brr, brr, like that, but you stop on one ar. You don't go ar. Yeah, no. I know you hear that in Arab television. Yeah. Birra, like that. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, it's ar-rah. So it's ar-rahman ar-rahim. Don't rumble it. Yeah. So ra. Why does your one sound like a ghain for? Can you hear ghain? A bit of ghain? Ra.
I can't do that thing you do.
Ra. It's like one ripple of the tongue. Ra on the top of your mouth. Yeah. We were born to do this. We were born to do this. I'll tell you why. Because kids, the first thing they will talk before they knew any language is to copy people's mouths. So you can't say you didn't know this skill. You were born with it. Yeah. Watch a person's mouth and you'll work it out. I can now draw you a picture of a mouth and a tongue and it's sticking to the top and the bottom. But I swear, I've never learned myself. This is adult learning. Yeah. This ain't kiddie winks learning. And for me, whenever I was drawing a diagram, it didn't really help me. Just follow the person doing it. Ra. Try and make the sound that you hear. Ra. It's not. Ra. Alaju?
Ra.
Louder, bro.
Ra.
That's fine. Yeah. Ra.
Ra.
Yeah.
Ra.
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 Go ahead. You just like, to me, but relax. Raw, innit? Raw.
Ra. Ra.
Gone?
Ra.
What can anyone hear from that? By the way, Tajweed, 50% hearing. You know these tone deaf people who turn up on these talent shows, yeah? That's the problem, yeah? They can't hear themselves. And if you fail in your listening tests, if you fail, I'm telling you, you will not ever succeed in a lesson, because you will learn here and then you go and you're hearing something else. You know, this is a problem with people, even with nafsiyah problems. You know, they don't recognize their own problems, so they go around and they don't realize they're being impolite or rude or whatever. It's kind of like that, because if you can't hear the mistake, you're going to just change. After today, you're going to say it right here, and when you say it wrong out there, who's going to be there to notice it? No one. Only person who can notice it is you. So the most 50% rule, guys, here is to tune your ear. Don't be tone deaf. Don't be tajweed deaf. I want you to recognize the mistake that of a person, and we're not doing it to take the mick out of anyone. You know, the Prophet said, "La tuthira shamamata," isn't it? فَرَحِمَهُ اللَّهُ يَبْتَلِيكَ. You know, don't show up someone's misfortune or someone's mistake, for Allah might show mercy on him and put the hard work on you. Yeah. So, you know, we're not, even if we lie, I don't mind, as long as we're not making people feel uncomfortable. Yeah. It's ra. Can you hear the rumble? You know, you go r, you go ra. Ali, it's you.
Ra.
I'm that English mouths, man. It's sleep. It's ra. Can you say it a bit louder?
Ra.
Yeah. That's right. It's kind of like, oh.
Get it from here. You go nasal, it goes up. I can see it.
You know, teachers, they go through a whole, correct me if I'm wrong, on how to project their voices in classes. Because if you don't project your voice in a certain way, you can't get authority over the kids. If you sound like, "Hello, everyone listen to me, please." Yeah? He's not going to listen. But if you can project sound in a certain way, people listen. It's like that. And Quran is like that. It's something that it's so attractive, honestly, to the ears. To a kafir, Quran is attractive. If you read correctly with tajweed, believe me, even a non-Muslim would go, "What's that about?" Do you know what I mean? Because it just sounds so clear and so on, and we're trying to attain that. Kamal Bhai, Ustad Kamal.
Ra.
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 Give it louder so they can hear.
Ra.
That's nearly Mia bil Mia. That's nearly 100 out of 100. Yeah? Ra. But he teaches, so it's a bit of cheating anyway, yeah? Go on, Bhai. Ra.
Ra.
Okay, so you're getting the mouth shape right. So I'm telling you what you're doing right. You're doing the mouth shape because you're not going there, yeah? So you got it right, ra. You get that point. You missed the other point, which is it's not a light ra. It's a heavy, and the ra is like it flicks your top. Ra, like r, ra. It's not za or ra, not ra. I can't even say it wrong. Ra. Yeah, you're saying ra. It's not ra. It's ra. Can you hear the little ripple? Ra. If you can't hear it, then by all means, call me up on it. Ra. Instead of raw. Raw, man. Raw. It's not raw. It's not raw. Even though that's full mouth. Correct. You did that right. Raw. Yeah? So, Masum Bhai?
Raw.
That's actually quite good, but it's not. Make it full mouth. Raw.
Raw.
Like you're trying to make it echo inside your mouth before it comes out, as opposed to, coming out straight away.
Raw. No, that was
Go ahead. It's a misfire.
raw. Raw.
That's close. No,
Raw.
that's quite good. That's quite good. Now the hard bit is when you connect it. So, Bismillahir Rahman Rah. How's your ha? Have you noticed that even the basmala, you're thinking, I'm going to do Surah Al-Fatiha, I'm going to walk out with the dawn. If you just learn the first 5 letters of Surah of the basmala, remember Ar-Rahmani Rahim is the second ayah anyway, Ar-Rahmani Rahim. So that's already khalas. Do you get it? Okay, the ba, it comes up, the sin, all of the letters are going to come up in mustaqim. If you learn the difference between that and mus, which is sad, you're going to start working it out. So everything is a key to the next thing. That age-old thing, I've been saying it in a lot of talks here. People think I've gone mad. I keep saying it. I say, would you rather paint everything a person sees green, or just give him a pair of glasses that are green tinted? It's easier, isn't it? Yeah. If you've see everything through glasses that are green than if I go around the world trying to paint everything green. Now I can show you the tajweed of every ayah in the Quran, which would take me and 100 lifetimes to go through each person in that level of detail. Or I just teach you it in the key of it. That's what it's called, the Fatiha. Al-Fatiha means the opener of the rest of the Quran. If you learn it here, you just apply that template over there. Like, just to, again, I feel I have to spend this class convincing you of my method first, yeah? So when you say, maldubi, why do you go maldubi? Because you sit on the ghain. Very uniquely, out of any of the letters, you sit on the ghain. You don't bounce it, you don't go magha, wrong. You go, and you don't go maldubi, you don't just read it. You have to sit on ghain. Ghayril maghdubi. But the ustaz downstairs, the Sheikh Abdul Qayyum, you know, what did he recite? He said, وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًّا فَهَدَى وَوَجَدَكَ عَائِلًا فَأَغْنَى. So if you came across a surah that you never heard of in your life, and someone said, is it aghna or is it aghna? You say, no, brother, it's maghdubi. You sit on the ghain. So what do? You know the answer to a surah without ever even reading it, because you know it from your rules that I taught you in Surah Al-Fatiha, in the opener of the book. That's the meaning of the surah. So if you learn it from here, you can apply it as a template over to the rest. So you might think, one of us being a bit laborious, going through, but if you learn it here, you save yourself time over there, isn't it? You're not paying me, so I don't have to extend lessons to make more money, yeah? Do you know what I mean? If anything, I would want to do it quickly and go home. But it's because I want to do it seriously, and so that you learn it. So, ism, bismillah, bismillah. So it's not Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So it's rah. So it's ra and then ha. Rah. Khalid?
Rah.
That's kind of alright actually. I'm going to let that go. Go on.
Rah. Too much.
Rah.
Rah. Rah. Rah.
No.
Rah.
The ha has to be, it's rah. Can you go, When you say the word, it's, English people generally, when they say the word, they don't go hello. They don't say hello, it's hello. When something's empty, they say it's hollow. They say it's hollow. Can you see the ha? It's sometimes even in there, it's somewhere in there. I'm going to try and bring it out. You speak English, you don't go hello, or hollow. They say it's hollow. There's a bit of a ha in that. It's that one. How do you say hollow in English?
Hollow.
Huh? Hollow. Can you see there's a bit of a h? You don't go hollow, yeah? People think you're a bit strange, yeah? It's hollow. You can see a bit of a ha in that, yeah? So, ar-rah. Okay, and because the ra is a heavy letter, I forgot to tell you this, another rule of ra is that you naturally make your lip go round. It's a natural thing, and that's not right. So you don't go ar-rah, like rahim, yeah? Ar-Rahman. Rahman. No. Ar-Rah. Can you see my mouth? Is it going circular? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ar-Rah. Not ar. My ustad used to say, Laysa ar. Like that, he just tell me, no, it's not that. It's not ar. Please don't go ar. Ar-Rah. Don't shape your mouth to artificially manufacture the sound. Learn the makhraj correctly and let it rip correctly, yeah? So, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Go ahead.
Ar-Rahmanir Rahim.
It was past my son's bedtime. I was going to bring him here. I'll show you. He's learned, mashallah, some of these things now. Ar-Rah. Close.
Ar-Rah.
Yeah, your ra, you know what to fix. Your ra is still light. Even though you're doing full mouth, your ra is still ra. It's not ra. It's ra. Can you hear that? There's a little ripple in it. There's a little flick going ra. Yeah? Ali? Ar-Rah. Not aw-rah. Don't go aw. Laysa aw. Not that. It's Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Noor gets the opportunity to be on the other side of the table now, being the cheeky student. Don't ignore him. Go on. Ar-Rah.
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 That's fine. The ha is actually good. The ra is still not the ripple. Ar-Rah. Ar-Rah. Follow me, yeah? So that's the thing you need to improve on that. Ustad Kamal.
Ar-Rah.
MashaAllah. He's got like a... Try again.
Ar-Rah.
Ar-Rah. Can you see that? Ar-Rah. Yeah? Please don't go ar. I keep saying that because I see your mouth tempted to go there. Hold on, go ahead.
Ar-Rah.
Okay, try harder, bro. Come on, man. Put some energy into it.
Ar-Rah.
Okay, so you know the ha needs to be stronger. Ar-Rah. Rah. Yeah, it's a big letter, man. Ar-Rah. And the ra is got to be heavy, bro.
Push it down. When you say ar-rah and then push it down.
Ar-Rah. I'm, by the way, recording the audio for this. And what you're going to get is, I'll get you a copy. That's why I've got the audio. Yeah. The video thing I just did because of the intro at the beginning, so that you can revisit it. Because I don't want to give you a lesson of adab of Quran again. Yeah. You just watch that again. Yeah. But the audio you will get again to hear what I'm saying. So it's Ar-Rah. Ar-Rah.
Ar-Rah.
So it's, what does mufakhama mean, bro? What does mufakhama mean? Mufakhama means that it means it's heavy. What does heavy mean? You know, a lot of brothers say heavy, and they expect a brother to know what does mean heavy. Put some weights in my mouth. Heavy means that it's like, it's like your mouth is full with the word. It's in a full mouth, it means. Okay, it means full mouth. Ar-Rah. Can you see it's like happening inside my mouth? Look at the word bi. What's happening in my mouth? Nothing. The sound exited from the tip of my mouth. Bi. What happened in my mouth? Nothing. The air came, did nothing, came to the lip and went bi. So the exiting is from the tarful fam, meaning the tip of the mouth. But mufakhama means that it's full mouth. Ar-Rah. Ar-Rah. You see that? It's full mouth. So first of all, you need to make sure it's full mouth. That's the first thing. So, bro, if you got paper, make sure you note down that you're on your ra. You need to make it full mouth, and that you need to make sure that you make the ra ripple. Not ripple like many times, like ar-rah. That's absolutely incorrect. Yeah? But it's ar-rah, ar-rah, ra, ar-rah. Yeah? And the ha needs to be heavier, bro. So write down the ha is heavier. This is not a thing where you're going to sit here saying one letter all day until you feel totally embarrassed, yeah? This is for you to go home and practice on your own, in your room, This is how it is. Even my wife, I'm married. I should be, I can, it's my wife. Why should I be embarrassed? Do you get it? But it's, even then, I'll go into this room and I say, I'm going to recite in this room and I'm going to practice my tajweed. Can you just please sit in the living room? Do you get it? Because you want to learn and you want to practice. And you don't need an audience. Yeah. So when you go home, what I'm showing you now is just so I get a sample of it, and you have to practice it at home. Yeah. Ar-Rah. And if you listen to this recording, or Husari or Minshawi, listen to their recitation. Don't listen to some other ones, because I'm not being funny. The tajweed is being compromised a little bit because of their melody, and unfortunately this is something that's happened a lot now. There's a big demand. I told some Huffaz, there were loads of Huffaz in Red Coat Masjid in i'tikaf, yeah. And in i'tikaf I said to them, brother, can I help you, tajweed, So I showed them some things. They were like, wow, I can't believe, I didn't know this. Then when he went and read, he didn't read it. So I said, why didn't you read it? He goes, when I read with proper tajweed, I get told off, because it's a market, isn't it? Who can be the imam of this masjid or this or that, or who can do a bit of... And so what happens, the pressure makes people recite really nicely and start compromising the tajweed. And we do not want to be the three types of people that are at the lowest point of Jahannam. The lowest is the scholar, isn't it? The scholar who twisted the ayat and gave Allah's kalam for his own benefit. The guy who recited, isn't it? The guy who recited for beauty, for people to go, oh, mashallah, your voice is so beautiful. And the shaheed who actually said, there's another one with the other one, which is the ruler as well, the unjust ruler. And the shaheed, the one who did it for actually to become famous, to become, this guy was a shaheed. Because the Sahaba said, look at this man, he's jumping in there. It's in Arba'un al-Nawawi. He jumps in, he goes, look at this man, he's jumping into battle. He's going to Jannah. The Prophet says, no, he's not. And the Sahaba like, oh, how could the Prophet say that? They would be upset, like maybe, but he said, and then they find out that in the battle, he had his part of his body cut off, and then what he did is he was in so much pain, so what he did is he got a bit of a spear, and he killed himself with it. Do you get it? Meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, you might, the hadith is that you might be, so close, you might be like you're almost in Jannah, and then the last thing you do makes you enter Jahannam. And someone else is so close to going into, Jahannam, and then the last thing he does, he basically enters Jannah. So, and the ayah, أَتَأْمُرُونَ النَّاسِ, isn't it? In Surah Al-Baqarah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, أَتَأْمُرُونَ النَّاسَ بِالْبِرِّ, birri, not birri, birri وَتَنْسَوْنَ أَنفُسَكُمْ, isn't it? أَتَأْمُرُونَ النَّاسَ بِالْبِرِّ وَتَنْسَوْنَ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَتْلُونَ الْكِتَابَ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. While you tatluna means tartil. Because do you command people to follow Islam, yourself and others, while you, when you don't follow the book and you recite it? So what do you recite the Quran correctly and you don't follow it? This was what Allah alleged and actually showed and exposed the Jews for doing that. They used to recite very perfectly, but they wouldn't follow the meaning. So just some advice there. Anyway, so Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You learned the from the ahkam. You've learned the ba. You've learned about sin having a whistle. You've learned about the mi. I don't think it's that difficult. Bismi. I don't think you expected to learn. You knew that was light letter. Mi, tip of the mouth. Mi. Yeah. Bismillah. Millah. Yeah. Notice that lam is what? Is it muraqqaqa or mufakhama? Is it heavy or light? Someone tell me.
Light.
Is it light?
It's in between, isn't it? Bismillah.
It's light. Yeah? With the exception of the name of Allah when it is connected with dhamma or fatha. So if it's wallah, wallahu, or wallahi, if you say wallah, it's basically the lam becomes bit tawqid. It basically becomes heavy. It becomes heavy. Look, Allah, or Rasulullah. Rasul, not Rasulullah, Rasulullah. Correct? But if it's Bismillah, if it's connected with the Kesra, on the lam of Allah becomes light. So have you noticed it's Bismillah, Bismillah, Millah, not Millah, that's incorrect. Bismillah, but if it's Rasulullah or Wallahi, you'll notice that the lam is mufakhama. So notice that when it's connected with the dhamma and it's connected with the kesra, that it's wallah or rasulullah. But if it's with a kesra, by the way, does everyone know fatha, dhamma, kesra? And if you don't, tell me what way you did learn it. Did you do zabor, zabor, pesh? Zabor, zer, pesh. Sorry, I've got the Urdu. So if it's basically with a pesh or a zabor, then it's wallah, rasulullah. It's heavy lam. But if it's with a kesra or with a zer, correct? Do you know what I mean by zer then, yeah? It doesn't matter. This is not, you need to do courses, but this will just, you learn it practically. So when it's with a zer, it's bismillah, bismillah. It's not heavy. It's not bismillah. That's correct. Not bismillah. That's wrong. Okay? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We learned the rule for the ra. Rahman. It does kind of feel like tomorrow your chest is coming out your mouth when you're saying it. It is like that. It is quite a heavy letter. Rahman. Rahman. Okay, I want to hear the basmala. Oh, second thing to point out there. Rahmanir Rahim. Rahman, not Rahma. Not ma. There's no ma. Rahmanir Rahim. So make sure you say ma. Mithlu, they say like a sheep. Do you understand? So it's like a sheep. Bengali, what do you say? Bukhri, isn't it? Yeah, it's ma. Yeah, not ma. Not like some sort of, yaman, ma. Yeah, it's not ma, it's ma. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, so I think I've given you all the rules. Have I missed anything?
Nirwa, transition from
Nirrah, yeah. So I'm going to give the muraqqaqa first because that's the bit, yeah, and it is half and half actually. Nir, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But as long as you can get the ra, because no one can pronounce the mufakhama letter. Everyone knows by default. I think before you came in here, you know how to say it light because that's the easy one. You know, ra, innit? Ra, ri, ru. Yeah, but it's ra, ji, ru. Yeah. Okay. Just the basmala today. Yeah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Not rahim, rah. Say again.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
That's not bad, you know. Alhamdulillah. Say again. Louder, please. Otoboro. Put some food into it.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Again.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
MashaAllah. That's good. The B, we shouldn't go B. Yeah. It's Bismillahir Rahmanir B. You shouldn't have a vibration on the ba because you're already exiting the ba. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Yeah, you're ra. Yeah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nir Rahim. Yeah, it is half and half. Kamal is right. But like I said, in the beginning, I'm going to leave that because that's a technicality we can deal with later on. Yeah, but make sure that the ra, ar-Rahman, the ra is heavy. Okay? Alajul bay.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Say again.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
This, that's better. Can you hear that, everyone? Say again.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
That's not exaggerated. That's how it should be. But don't go don't stay in it too long. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir
Better.
Rahmanir Rahim. Rahim.
Rahim.
Rahim.
And when you go E, make on the PlayStation control pad of the mouth, that one. Yeah, if you go Rahim, which some of you doing, why are you doing it? Why are you going Rahim? Why are you doing it? Ask yourself why you're doing it. Why are you doing it? That's
English
huh?
English
Okay, English mouth, but specifically why are you doing it? What's the letter before it? Ha. Correct? And what's the letter before that? Ra. So you got heavy. Ra. Ha in its own way, it's heavy as well. Rah. So when you get into heavy mode, guess what happens? On the E, Rahim, it goes like that. It's Rahim. Can you see that? Can you see it's beaming out? Beaming. When you say the word beam, beaming out like this. Because you're letting they say tumilu. They say anta tumilu al-ra, isn't it? Wal-ha. So you're letting the ra and the ha lean on. Tumilu means like the letter. Imagine the letters were like almost living. One's leaning on top of the ya, because you did heavy letters. So you just thought, let's just carry on. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rahim. Quick transition from what? Ra. What's ra? I wouldn't say it's that one. I would say it's more that one, right? Ra. Yeah. But because it's ra, you stay with that mouth shape and you go ra, and you go ra, him. You see that? Lazy mouth. Yeah, bad mouth. Yeah, it's got to be ra, him. Can you see that? Like wala ba is heavy, so it's tempting to go wala lean. No, wala lean. See that? The smile. Now when your mouth gets trained better, what will happen is that you won't have to make as strange looking faces. But if you're imam, it doesn't matter. No one's in front of you, okay? No one can see you. Right? But the point is that Honestly, man, when I see just normal Muslims reciting Quran when I was in Egypt, they do that. It's like when you see them reading, when you see a Bengali Sasa reading, for example, I could tell Tajweed's wrong. I can't even hear him. I could this is wrong. But if you see it, you only say when you hear even just to see Arab when he goes, you can already tell his Tajweed is pretty cool. You know what I mean? He's got good Tajweed. Where if you go, what is he reading? Yeah, you can tell just from looking at him now that there's something a little bit not right. Because even when you're reciting to yourself, that's some dedication there, man, in Salah. It's not, like that. Okay, so notice that the shape of your mouth will affect the sound, yeah? And what's happening is the ra is heavy, ha is heavy, and it lands on the ya as your victim, yeah? Don't take it out on the ya. Rahim. Okay, now I'm going to give a chance for the whole basmala. That's your class on the basmala. I usually do the ta'awudh first, but I just thought I'd be a bit nice to people, yeah? The ta'awudh is actually the first rule you have to learn. First is ta'awudh, then it's basmala, then it's suratul fatiha, which by the way, just point out again, one of the adab is please don't go fatiha. Don't say fatiha. Or don't say, yeah, my son used to say when he was a baby, but he's alright. We used to go, can I read Maliki Yawmiddin, please? Yeah? Right? No surah should be given a nickname. Do you get it? Can you read Alhamdulillah, please? Yeah? This is the Quran. It has its names. You give it its right. Don't give things nicknames. Yeah? It's normal that actually with Muslims you're not supposed to give them nicknames, to be honest. Yeah? And definitely not un-Islamic ones. So with the Quran, don't give it nicknames. Do you get it? If it's Suratul Qadr, say Suratul Qadr. Don't go, it's that one in it. It's Laylatul Qadr in it. Yeah, that one. Or Surah Inna, read Inna Toina in it. Yeah, right? Don't do that. Yeah, so always say Suratul Fatiha. This is the correct adab. Or the alternative is to say Al-Fatiha. Make it definite, because definite means it's known. It means ma'ruf. Sah? It means it's ma'ruf. It's known. But if you say Fatiha, it means what? The ayah in the Quran or some other thing. You're making it like it's some other thing, innit? Like if I said, hey, thing. Tell me what. You're going to be what? Thing? You make it, because thing is indefinite, isn't it? If I go, when you go, that sheikh, what's his face? Yeah? That's rude. You shouldn't do that. It's not what's his face. So you could say, the sheikh, I can't remember his name. Similarly, just to let you know, Al-Fatiha. Yeah? Why is it Fatiha? Because that's the follow, isn't it? Surah is feminine, so it becomes Al-Fatiha. It should be Al-Fatiha, actually. It's Al-Fatiha, because it has to follow the femininity of the word surah, which has got ta marbuta. Yes, it's feminine. Anyway, so the point is, after that, we'll be progressing on to Juz Amma. That's where the fun begins. I think Surah Al-Fatiha is going to be quite good, actually. And also, what I'll give you an option to do, everyone who's attended this class, once in the week on the WhatsApp group, by all means message me, and you can have like a 10-minute, you don't need 1 hour, brothers. You don't need 2 hours, yeah? If you haven't done your homework, yeah, you don't need any time, yeah? But if you've done your homework, you don't need 1 hour. You need 10 minutes. Say, Moinul Bhai, I just want to call you via Skype, yeah? I've got Skype always on my Mac. You give me a call, and I will basically listen, and you can recite it. Maybe your family members think you've gone a bit mad, yeah? Ekhlaboya, computer. But I'm carrying on my lessons with my ustad since I come back from Egypt via Skype. It's no problem. It's a listen. You're hearing the tajweed, so this is you need to be in front of me at the beginning though, because I need to see these things, yeah. But you have the option midweek, something I'm going to be talking to Masumbai about, that on the WhatsApp group we're going to offer that. So anyone wants to just personally jump in, do 10 minutes during the week, say, Monoba, I was practicing in the car, I think I've nailed this bit, yeah. Can I just quickly give you a sabah? You bail me, put your, just go WhatsApp. It's all free, guys, yeah. Wallahi, yeah. People out there got electricity cuts in Egypt, yeah. They don't have electricity and they're still WhatsApping and trying to study through Skype. My brother is studying through Skype with the sheikh. While there's curfew, they're not allowed out their house or anything at certain times of the day. People are going through this. You've got all this technology and your fiber optic and your ADSL. Brothers, over there they've got barely any internet. Their electricity gets cut off once a day. So if you've got all this technology, yeah, use it for something actually for your deen, man. Download Skype, add me, I'll give you my details for Skype. And then all you do is just a free call over the internet. You just call, we're on. And some of you, if you're confident to, as a group, as little couples, I know everyone likes to group together sometimes. You know, so if you want to like say, oh, me and Masum are going to call you, or me and Ali, or whatever, whoever you want to call me, you can have two. You can up to have, I think, 5 to 10 people at the same time. It's quite good actually. We did it last time. We did a Skype lesson. We had about 5, 6 people, and it's like not like your telephone. It's digital sound, so it's really accurate. I can hear you properly. Maybe better than when you're in front of me right now, actually. Ironically, yeah. You know, because some people are far. Next time we'll do it conclave. If we agree on that, we'll do it like we're kind of close to each other. So the basmala. How long have we got, Masum Bhai?
We started at 8, so we've got 25 minutes.
25 minutes, okay, yeah. If you feel that, oh, what's going on, man, I'm stuck on the Bismillah and I went home, then no, man, that if you want to learn properly, this is how it's going to be done. If you're Mr. Quicksilver and you want to go over somewhere and you want to just have someone tell you your tajweed is alright. I mean, I had that. I thought my tajweed was alright. I got kicked down right down to the beginning. I thought my tajweed was right when I was a kid. I went through all these, mess up subs. And then when my brother Kamal came back from Egypt, he became the teacher, of the Trinity Center. It's in Cleveland Way, that white church. Yeah, it was the Mother Tongue Institute. My dad was the one that set that up. And my brother Kamal taught. He said, "Go on, recite Bismillah." I recited, and I was on Quran thinking, yeah, sifara, qaida, sifara. And then basically he just kicked me off and said, no, you're going back to, qaida. You're going back to alif, ba, ta, tha. And I cried, man. How did he put me back to bed? I'll always be grateful for that. He used to take me after the class, take me home and lock him in his room. Yeah, and say, you're not leaving until you've learnt this bit. You get it? Not tomorrow. Tomorrow next you can learn something. So, I wholly suggest that, you take advantage of these things, yeah? And that you practice it as well. You practice at home. So please don't be impatient. Have some sabr and you'll see the fruits of it, inshallah. If you're patient with me, inshallah, you will have some solid, inshallah, you have some solid recitation. And the way you'll notice that is mainly when you'll gain the ears for it. I swear, you'll go to a masjid and you'll think, not because of su'a dhan, not out of bad opinion about people, yeah? Don't have bad people. Don't go around thinking you're a big hot shot, yeah? Honestly, my tajweed, maybe I learned the rules, but I can't lead a salah. I haven't memorized enough. You know what I mean? Don't be a hot shot. But you'll notice in a lot of salah, the recitation the standard in this country is generally extremely low. Probably par East London Mosque, I have to say. Par this place, every other masjid, there's some problems going on, yeah? But no one notices because when there's people who aren't learned, who's gonna stop anyone or who's gonna not even advise? Do you get it? So, the basmala, inshallah, I want to get done today, yeah? Loud this time, Khalid, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I can hear the traffic. Noise.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, just the one advice for long term for you specifically is you already know that when you speak, you've got a deep voice.
Yeah.
So your advantage is, if your air come out from the chest, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you see that? It's booming out. It's not Bismillah like a mouse. Yeah, you got that. So don't try and go squeaky. Make sure you practice that. That this much air comes out. I don't know why you squeeze it into this little tube-like mouth. Yeah, loud, please. Project it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
That's much better. Your tajweed is getting better just because you're inputting more air. Okay, you won't beat that sound. Aladru, you can wait. People committing crimes, man. Go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yeah, the ra needs to be worked on. Okay? You know that, yeah? You know your one needs to be worked on as well. Okay? And his scene is the best so far in the class. Yeah? Follow him, everyone. Yeah? Yeah? Bis. Can you say bis?
Bis.
Yeah? That's the one. Everyone has this little talent you don't know, yeah? Because it's easy for you and you go, why don't you know? Like that. But it's good. Like some people, first time you say ayn, the guy comes up with this crazy ayn, like ayn, and you think, wow, how does he know that? Some people, things come easy. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, keep your ears, open, get your tongues ready. Go ahead. Bismillah. Loud, Ali. I know this is not normal for you. Yeah, but you got to loud, bro. People shouting like crazy on the football pitch, and here in red pitch, everybody's giving it. Come on. Or in the blue pitch in Bethnal Green. Go ahead.
Bismillah.
Yeah, loud, bro.
Bismillah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nir Rahim. Can you see that? Nir Rahim. That's right. That's actually right. Go on, Ali. Come on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
New. What's the new about?
New.
Yeah, that's wrong. Bismillahir. You see that temptation of going, oh, yeah? Please don't go, oh. Bismillahir Rah. It's heavy, so my mouth does go. I have to kind of, I'm happy I've got wheels here, yeah? Rah. That's correct. You were right on that. But not circle. Did I go? Rahmanin. You am Abdul Moshid, yeah? Abdul Rahim, not Rahim, yeah? It's called normal because in Bengalis, we speak like that. You have to take that out, yeah? In Arabic, it's like that. In fact, the shape, let me give you a nice tip actually, yeah? Today's a lot of little tips I can give you. Have a default shape of the mouth. So for example, yeah, a pianist, yeah, you'll notice he has a default placement, correct? Yeah. Anybody know that?
Can you repeat that?
A pianist, you know, a guy plays the piano, he has a default place he places his finger. If anyone did professional typing, did you do Mabel Bakery teachers typing? When I was a kid, we had to learn, touch typing. What is it? ASDF or something? JKL, spacebar. Do you get it? Now, if you don't know that, what'll happen is you're using your one finger, and the space between the spacebar and the R. Same thing with makhraj. Same thing with makhraj in Arabic. If you don't have a default position, what happens? You leap all the way to the letter over there, and your mouth is rushing back to try and get back to the shape. Get it? That's why, and I can keep giving you examples. Tennis players, why do they always run back to the center bit? Why don't they hit it and go, ugh, yeah, and then just sit there and go? No, they go back to center because now they're equal distance, isn't it? They are equal distance to
Both sides.
where they want to go. So your mouth must have a default position. So that it's more like that. Bismillah. It's an open kind of mouth. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My mouth is already set to make the sound to go here, and come back quick enough to go back to the other. Imagine that tennis player. Why is he running like crazy? Before the other guys hit the ball, what's he doing? He's running back to the roughly what they call baseline, isn't it? He's running right back to where he's. What was the word? I'll never forget. Azhar, my beloved brother, he taught me. He said equidistant, and I said no one would ever use that word, bro. Right? So it's equidistant, yeah, meaning that it's equal distant from wherever you are. Tajweed is exactly the same. If you don't have that, you're gonna go Rahman. When you have to get back to a light letter, you're gonna have some malfunction going off in the mouth. Yeah, you're gonna fall apart. So what you need to do is you have to have a default position of the mouth. This you will learn, but expect me to teach you that. Yeah, expect to learn that slowly in the lesson. That's why they do that. Like that, you can hear your mouth, like your muscles. They just go like. Some of you, I think you're gonna start hearing your chins crack, your jaws crack. It just shows how bad it is, isn't it? How bad it is that it's not possible to recite correctly if you do that. But if you see an Arab brother who's got a proper recitation, it's normal. So he'll go, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It may not be as facially looking like that, and the reason is because he's already got that flexibility, so it doesn't look like a murizar trying to make that sound. Yeah. So once you get good at it, to be honest, even myself, I'm exaggerating the facial movements so you can pick it up. And after a while, it won't be as exaggerated, but in the long term, it will be more or less like that for a very long time. Okay? Where was I? Kamal Bhai. Kamal, loud, bro, so they can hear.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Husari just come into the room somehow. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's kind of louder, man, so they can hear.
Sorry, let me turn around.
Yeah, go on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Jayid. Ahsant. Go on, bro.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bis. Can you hear it's a bit of a thuther?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Can you say seen? Can you say that? Seen. No, don't try to not let your tongue touch anywhere near your teeth. Don't let them get in there, yeah? Seen. Look, watch this. I will not even move my tongue. I'll just move my teeth. Watch. Sweet. 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 I'm just going like that because I have to make a W, yeah? Sweet. This is the number one rule I teach my five. Sweet. Yeah? So it's seen. Seen. So, Bismillah. Can you hear that? Yeah? Innal insana. You see? Can you hear that? Give me a bit of a lisp in it. No. Yeah? Go straight to it. He's got the best way. He's got gone? Okay, that's dangerous. Yeah? He's on fire, this brother.
Sharp, very sharp.
Isn't it? Sharp?
Very sharp.
MashaAllah. Huh? Okay, no. There? Yeah? This. Okay? You're lucky this is a Tajweed lesson. People think we're in a mental home. Yeah? But this is how you learn. This is how they teach you. I had to do a year of that, yeah? Sitting in front of my teacher, just watching his mouth like a 5-year-old trying to pick it up. So this brother's turn, bit of quiet. Come on, man, give it a bit of motivation, bro. It's Quran, it's the Kalam of Allah. Come on. Okay, so the scene, you need to work on that. Would you know what to work on, or the fact that it's sweets? Sweets. Because my son, he goes, sweets. Yeah? Sweets. Yeah? More like a whistle, bro. More like as if the air's coming up between your teeth. Yeah, because when you do, I can see your mouth, you're going like that. You're going sweets. Yeah? It's sweets. So it's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Go ahead, bro. Please, yeah, this is Quran, okay? This is the Quran. This is nothing. No other football team have you cheered on like this or anything else, yeah? This is Quran. Say it with your heart in your mouth. You know what I mean? Yeah, if anything we got, not, make your voice heard is the Quran. I don't know, in the dinner queue or in the football team or when you're calling someone, this is the time you really try and be a bit loud. I know it's hard to be confident in these things. It's a different language, and I completely appreciate this. It feels embarrassing when you're talking a different language. Doesn't matter if it was Tajweed or anything else, yeah? But please, loud, bro. Okay. The ra needs to be full mouth, and it needs to be ra. Yeah? Ra. You need to have a little, you see? Ra, not ra. Bismillahir ra. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yeah, nir, but then it goes heavy. Ra, nir ra. Go ahead, bro. What about your ha, man? Rahim. Can you use like this, bro? Rahim. Think about it. When you're saying it, there's only me looking at you. I've got everyone looking at me going, Rahim. I've got no problem with that. Rahim. See, it sounds better. To you, does it sound better? Yeah? What your aim is not to try and go underneath the radar. Because if you want to go underneath the radar, any one of you, if you just stay at home or if you just go on downstairs, we're already underneath the radar. Here, you want to be cool. Dora haitaisao. You understand? You want to say, listen to this. Okay, now show me. And if I point out mistakes, you want it. So the whole reason why I say loudly is because you want to, when you say it slightly off, you want it to be so, what we call mujarrad. Yeah, it means like naked, but it means like that it's exposed. Do you get it? It's really apparent. So that's why you want to read it loudly. Because to be honest, when you read quietly, I think you can get away with murder, bro. Anyone can get away with murder. If I go, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, I don't know what, I could get away with so many things there. But when you say it loud, every mistake is magnified. Yeah, so Masumbai, bit of loudness, man. Come on.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Ma.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Rahman, Rahma, ma.
Rahman.
Like, you know, sheep, bah, ma, ma. People go, your one is not the Bengali one, ma, and it's not ma, it's ma. But that's not it, is it? So you want to go a note more, ma, ma. You know that? Like it's that one. Not ma. Not obviously you're not going ma, yeah. You don't got that, alhamdulillah. But you want to achieve that because ma is like that. Ma, ma, ma. You know, ma sha Allah, ma. It's not ma. It's not ma. Alif ba ta tha. Alif ba ta tha jim ha. Yeah, ha. So please concentrate on when you say ma, you're going ma, yeah? Tell yourself that, write your notes down. This is adult learning class, by the way. It's not a children class. So you write yourself, okay, I need to fix that, write that down, you know? Ma, you know? It's not ma, it's not ma, which was your thingy, but it's ma, like bah, like a sheep. That's what they say in the lessons. In Egypt, the teacher will tell you that. You know, Al-Azhar teacher will tell you, you know how sheep sounds? That's it. Baha. He doesn't go baha. Yeah? Ba, ma. Ala wazni. Hakada. Yeah? So it's ma. Okay? Loud a bit, please, bro. Expose yourself.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
See, that sounds better to yourself, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Bismillah. Yeah? Rahman, and then you know the E. You really gotta like Rahim until your cheeks are like, you know, become hurting. You know, Rahim, like that. So the air is coming out rectangularly, like this. You know, on your PS control pad in your mouth. Go ahead, bro. I want to hear more of Masum for today. Go on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Just make sure the rah. Can you say rah?
Rah.
That's the one. Why didn't you do that then? Because it's doing the, don't curl your mouth. Tell yourself, all of you, this is one rule that applies to everyone, including me. Because the temptation is on heavy letters, on ra, to curl your mouth. Because you assume that's the way to manufacture the sound of ra. You go, raw, isn't it? So, rah. Can you see that? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I didn't go Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I don't go not like that. Okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay? Nurul Bai, who seems to have actually crept underneath the radar today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Rah or rah?
Rah.
It's rah.
Rah.
That's the one. Keep that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Rah or rah.
Rah.
Keep that. Don't, because your letter before it's tempting you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Rahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ra.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Your ma is still leaning
Ma.
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 Like a baha. Sheep. Baha. Ma.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Does that sound right to you?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Nir.
Nir.
Yeah, that's what you don't do. That's what I'm saying. Nir. It's not. Don't make it circle. At best.
Nir.
Nir Rahmanir Rahim. Nir Rahman. Nir. If I go nir, like the word in the Quran, from now when I say ala wazni, yeah, to introduce, you know, some things, yeah. Ala wazni means upon the same weight as. Like we can say sad, yeah. Ala wazni dad, yeah, because they're very, you know, in terms of how your mouth is shaped. So when I say ala wazni, it means on the same pattern of. Does that make sense? Because wazan, uzon by Bengali, yeah? You know, uzon, wazan. So ala wazni means upon the weight of. When I say that, it just means that I want upon the same weight as this. So when we say Rahmanir Rahim. Rahman ma Ar-Rahmanir Rahim.
Rahmanir Rahim.
There you go. He ain't even his turn. That's what I like. No, but that's what I like. That's what I like. I want someone to get this. You want to get your you want out of this class, okay? You know, get what you want out of this. You know, this is what we said in it. Come on, istighlal, yeah, exploit, bro, exploit. Come here and plunder. Take what you need for your akhirah, isn't it? No, go ahead, bro.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Nir-Rahim.
Nir-Rahim.
Like ala wazni fir. Say fir'aun.
Fir'aun.
Say fir'aun.
Fir'aun.
So why don't you go nir the same way? No, you go fir'aun.
Nir-Rahim. Nir-Rahim. Yeah?
Nir-Ra. Because it goes heavy after. Nir.
Nir-Rahim.
Nir.
Nir.
What does mushaddada mean? You know the shadda. What does it mean, guys? You know the little W on top of a letter, like in Allah has the. What does mushaddada mean? It means there's two of the same letter. Two of the same letter. So because it's ar-ra, nir-ra, the first ra is what? Light. Yeah. So the first ra is light. Now we've got one ra left. Correct? Because mushaddada means shadid, innit? Means two ra's, yeah? So the first ra is light. Nir, fir, ala wazni, fir'aun. On the same uzon as fir'aun. So keep fir'aun in your mind, yeah? Fir'aun, fir. You don't go fir'aun. Fir, innit? Fir sab. In Bengali you say fir sab. You don't go fir sab. Nir. Now we're gonna tune this, brother. Now you see you're getting it. So nir, stop. Then you say, then it becomes the second ra, because mushaddada means two ra's are happening here. Yeah. So the second ra is heavy, bro. Heavy. Nir, ra, nir, ra, nir rahim, nir rahim. Come on, you brought in the matter, but it's fine. Yeah. Nir rahim, nir rahim. Now, come on, bro. Ustad of St. Paul's Way.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Ma. That's the wrong one on the PlayStation pad, brother. It is that one. Ma. Like baha. Not ma.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, make sure it's only two harakas, yeah? You know, his name, Khalid, yeah? That's two harakas. It's not Khalid. It's not, hey, Khalid. Same, isn't it? It's not what? Not two harakas. If he writes his name, he'll show you. But we say Khalid. Khalid. That's two harakas. So it's not Manir Rahim. No, it's Manir Rahim. Ma. Just two harakas, guys, yeah? We'll work on length soon, inshallah. Nir Ra.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
MashaAllah. I honestly think that there's some improvement already beginning. The most important thing is that I'm making it hard, but note that it's probably better than to learn it and I always say this, come on, isn't it? 80% correct, 20% wrong, and then when about 5 years later someone tells you to do it wrong, imagine having to fix now. You learn from some Huzur Saab and he taught you 20% wrong, and now you're trying to fix that. You're going to feel a bit sad, maybe. You know, you're going to feel a bit sad that, what I learned. So I am being scrupulous in the sense that I'm not letting anything go, and I am letting some things go in the terms of the quality of your pronunciation, but in terms of the general rule of the makharij, you can see that I'm not letting anything go, yeah, because ma is actually quite hard to say. Actually, it's ma is not ma, it's not ma, yeah, it's ma, like a proper sheep, ma, and the lips. When you go ma, it's not like your mouth is completely going like bolt. Ma. No, it's ma. It's very. It's not ma, and it's not. So it's not on the tip of your lip, and it's not ma. It's like your teeth. You know, in English we say pursing his lips. Maliki. Can you see that? Maliki ma, not ma. You know, I can hear your one. It's ma, which is it shows you awareness of that. It should be that, yeah. But it's sounding more that one. Definitely not the Bengali one, but this is the way the air should be. Maliki yawmiddin, like that. Okay. Okay. We're gonna, when we do Surah Al-Fatiha, we're gonna start noticing the airflow issue. I've noticed it already, but when you're not pronouncing ba, because ba, it already hits the nose, yeah. But you're gonna hold your nose and you're gonna see whoever, and that sounds a bit funny, but the letters that aren't ikhfa, if you hold your nose while you're reading and it isn't ikhfa, if your nose is vibrating, that means you're making a mistake. Yeah, it automatically shows you that you made a mistake. Because ikhfa is the only time your nose should be feeling it. Rahmanir Rahim. There is no Rahman. Yeah, ma will have that. Man ba. That's why we have min ba'di. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, but other than the ma, rah. Any difference? But if you go rah, can you see? It's showing you got ikhfa. You're not pronouncing it correctly because you're trying to recite beautifully at the expense of the makhraj. You know, people try it on, yeah? Rahman. So other than mim ba, what other letters would catch when you've got your nose closed? Mim ba. Come on. What other, because you know when you've got bunged up nose, you've got a cold. If you notice that, you can. Mim ba, mim ba'di.
Yeah, noon definitely.
Yeah, there, noon. What else? Mim, noon. Ji, no.
Jim, when it's
Rajib.
Jim, but not
No.
the jazz sound.
Rajib, no nose. Ma, we said, so mim, ba, what else? Noon, in, you can't even do it without your nose. You can feel it in your nose, yeah? What else? Go through the letters, man. Mim, noon, ba. Are you going for the whole alphabet? Okay, don't worry, we'll enter that subject properly. But I'm just giving you a little taster of everything today. Yeah. The fact is that the way to test it when you're on your own is if there's no letters of ikhfa, meaning that there's nasalization, then if you were to put your finger on your nose, my teacher used to just. Yeah, my teacher used to say, grab your nose. I used to grab my nose. And as soon as that nose starts vibrating, you know you're applying ikhfa when it's not meant to be. Mostly because you're trying to do the whole, you know, you're trying to recite it nicely. Yeah, you're not trying to copy some recitation you've heard. And you squeeze the sound to screech to try and make it sound like the other person. It's the biggest mistake you're going to make in your tajweed and your tartil. When you try and sound like someone else, you won't find your voice and you're going to be making mistakes trying to sound. So some of you guys have got softer voices. You'll start working out that, you know, we can apply that rule to you. Khalid, for example, because I've heard his recitation for a while, I know he's got a deep voice. So for him trying to do anything squeaky, he's gonna mess up the tajweed. Yeah, so you should be listening to Husari and Minshawi, though everyone should be. But you know, those are the kind of templates. These two, don't listen to. I'm not gonna. Okay, let's not say who not to listen to. Okay, just know who to listen to. Okay, Minshawi, 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 or you can say in Arabic, but it's in English on YouTube. Minshawi.
He's different from Ishari.
Not Mashari. No, not Mashari. No, not him.
How do you spell it? M-I-N?
M-I-N. Shawi. S-H-A-W-Y or I. Minshawi. Min Shawi in English. That basically, this is. Shall I tell you the top 10? Yeah, I'll give you the top 3. Go ahead, bro.
So who's this?
That's Husari. Straight off, you can tell. That's Husari. Husari, yeah? H-U-S-A-R-Y. Most common spell on YouTube. That's the one, brother.
Which one's better? Minshawi or Husari?
Okay? Write this down, guys. Husari, best. Yeah? Minshawi, second. Yeah? Qari Abdul Basit. Yeah, Qari Abdul Basit. For me, he's first in terms of what I enjoy the most. Because I never really heard someone who just literally feels like it's penetrating his soul when he recites. Yeah, Qari Abdul Basit. But you would go from this. It's usually Husari, Minshawi, Qari Abdul Basit, and the rest. Okay? And the rest. And don't make the mistake that there's two standards that they both. First of all, make sure it's Hafs and Asim, but don't worry about that. It's always Hafs and Asim. They rarely, though all of them did the 10 qira'at. They all recite in the 10 qira'at. And the one you're learning is Hafs and Asim. Yeah? Hafs and Asim. Yeah? Which is Hafs, which is the person who originally formulated in terms of how to recite in this way, this on this weight, standardized it rather. He didn't formulate it, he standardized it. And Asim was his student, which actually became his adopted son actually. But no, how do you say it? Not adopted son, son-in-law, because he married his mother. Yeah, so there's a story whole behind what you're learning. Yeah, but Hafs and Asim is the standard you're learning today. Yeah, Hafs and Asim. Yeah, that's the standard you're learning today, which is the most common. Everybody does that basically. Warsh and all of that. Maliki Yawmiddin. This is Warsh. We are not doing Warsh. So you won't have a problem in that, but you will have a problem here. Make sure it's where they say Mujawwad. 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 Yeah, obviously I'm not going to give you the Arabic. Go on YouTube and write down Mujawwad. Mujawwad means with Tajweed. Mujawwad, it means with Tajweed. Yeah? Yeah? Not Murattal. When he starts going, A'udhu bil, when he starts adding lengths and all that, how are you going to learn your Tajweed on that? This is what you call when you master something, when you're allowed extra little enjoyments. Yeah? In the recitation, it allows you, for example, to do from 2 to 4 to even 6 harakat at the end of like Rahim. You can do quite long on that one. Yeah, on the end of a word. So there are little rules here where you can extend things. But if you don't know that, think about it. You're running before you can walk. So what's happening is you're just making long and short, and you're breaking rules, and you're just walking all over it all. Don't do that. Let's learn Mujawwad and Murattal. You inshallah, when you do it, with or without me, I can show you Murattal. I can show you how to get a tune. Yeah, that's fine. Not how I do it, but I can show you how to get a tune. There's a very simple process. It wasn't even taught when I was in Egypt. I first picked it up with my brother Kamal. You have to go Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Al. Everything you have to go A-E-U without even a tune. A-E-U, and then you develop that by naturally. When you do that, you then basically put a tune in, and then it all comes out very nice. Yeah, but that's Murattal. We'll do that. Maybe that's far distant. Yeah, Mujawwad, Husari. Research it. Yeah. I think we've got about 5 minutes left. Okay. We've got the Basmala. This is the one, man. If you get this right, then a small percentage of Surah Al-Fatiha is corrected. So I still have a problem with every one of you. I have one complaint. Yeah, my dukkar story is that you're not loud. You've got to be loud, Khalid. Bismillah. Go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
That's better, but look, you got to fill the room. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fill the room up. That's what teachers are supposed to do. Otherwise, no kid would ever listen to him.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
That's better. That's better. Like when you're in a small bathroom, everything sounds a bit like the room is full. That's the effect you want to have. Go on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
His ha and his sin is good. The ra needs to be fixed. The sin, yeah, though you're doing it right, do it a bit quicker. Don't go bis. It's Bismillah, Bismillah. Quick, be quick on it, yeah. But otherwise, alhamdulillah, you've got something I think you can go away with today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Tell me something, yeah. Tell me something. Just tell me your full name.
Ali Ahmed.
So why is your mouth Ali Ahmed? And then when I tell you to read Bismillah, why is it going deep? You're deep voiced, isn't it? So as soon as you do that, you're messing up the tajweed, because I can hear it coming from your nose. Bismillah, because you're stressed out. That's another thing, yeah, which doesn't help in lessons because you're obviously under pressure, yeah. But as soon as you're under pressure, you get squeaky. Yeah, I do as well. When I'm under pressure, especially these khutbahs, I go, where did that squeakiness come from? It's because of the pressure I'm feeling. You start compressing air. So it's Bismillah. It's got to be like a lazy person. This is what I told my 5-year-old. It's got to be lazy. Like that. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Can you see it's lazy? Kind of lazy. So because it stops your mouth from getting your air from getting kind of squeaky. So can you read it loud with your deep voice that you already have? Bismillah, like that. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I think you can all sense that, yeah? It's too squeaky. I think you should practice that. When I ask you your name, you go, it's Ali Ahmed, isn't it? And then you go, read it with me. Bismillah. Where did that come from? You know? Bismillah. Just say your normal voice. Bismillah. Bismillah. That's fine. So it's Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you see that? Say it quietly too sometimes maybe like Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Already you can see your deep voices. Yeah, everyone's got to do that. You know Ghamidi, he's got a nice kind of flowery honey, like little green bird's voice, but that's how he normally sounds even when he's speaking. He's got a very soft voice. So if you've got a soft voice, I will accept certain limits, yeah, but he's projecting his sound like Husari is, but it just comes out like that because his voice is like that. He's not manufactured it. He doesn't recite like that and then go, all right, after. Okay, so Kamal Bhai, Ustad Kamal.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
MashaAllah. Go on one more time, brother, but loud.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Rahmani Rahim. That's how it's got to be. It's got to be deep. Go ahead, bro.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Hit the scene. This. So you move from you move from the to this facial expression. Look. Watch this. This. Muslims got it straight. Yeah, I know these things seem weird, but this is exactly how I was taught. I'm not mucking around here. This isn't some guy jumps out and he goes, you've been, this is some sort of talk, some joke thing, yeah, that's going to go on TV, you've been, what was it, I don't know, Noel Edmonds or whatever, coming through, you've been framed or something. No. So, it's, look, but then because of the scene, this. So from this facial expression of the, to, so you switch that. I call it the makhraj switch because of that, yeah? You've got to learn from going X to, it's hard, but it's, this, say, this, better. The scene, obviously, you need to work on because I think that's probably one of the things, because you've got a bit of a, you've got a little bit of a kind of slight lisp, not a strong lisp though, yeah, so it's your ones. You can remedy that quite easily. So it's this. Don't let your tongue go anywhere near. This is what I say to my son all the time. Don't let it go near your teeth, brother. Yeah. This tongue ain't doing anything. This like a snake is going. It's not going.
Keep your mouth moist.
Yeah. Have a little bit. If your teeth are a bit and your mouth is a bit moist, it's easier. I want to hear this, brother, only louder, bro, please. This.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Here, not here.
Rahim.
That's better. Why don't you do that then? Go on, have another go.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Nir-Rahim.
Nir-Rahim.
Say it again, bro.
Nir-Rahim.
That sounds actually quite good. Nir-Ra. Nir-Rahim. I'm telling you, louder is easier. I don't know, you guys make it hard for yourselves. Louder is easier. Because it's without inhibition on your mouth. It's hard enough saying it. Go ahead, bro, again.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
The ma. I don't think it was a wise choice you picking the second roll. If you're going to be loud, maybe I'll let you off. Next time we'll be in front of each other. Masum bhai?
Try to be loud.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
That's better, man. That's much better, bro. Yeah?
It's easier when it's louder actually.
And it's easier when it's correct. It's like you work hard for the errors. I honestly think you're working hard for the errors. It's easier once you know, like once you realize, because Arabic was formulated based on the laziness of the Arabs. That's a fact. Yeah. So the whole point of why is it like this, why is it like that, like the word mirsad, mir, it's supposed to be mirsad, yeah. But in the one rule on Surah Al-Fajr, only on that surah, it's mirsad. Why am I telling you this? Because of the laziness of the Arabs, they formulated the rule to be mirsad instead of being mirsad. Because to have seen ra stuck to a sad, to have a letter, a light letter stuck to a heavy letter, so they formulate the Arabic, and then the Quran came and standardized that. Do you get it? It said, no, you stay there. Do you get it? It was about 10 lahajat, 10 different colloquial kind of mixtures. You could say that Quraysh had about 80% of what the Quran already had in terms, and then Quran came and said, here, 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 and all of that is now the standard, and everything else, forget it. So, the whole point is that the science was made that is actually to make it easy. So it is technically harder to make the mistakes, and it's actually easier to say it correctly. You know. So, one more time, bro.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
What do you think, Kamal? Quite good, isn't it, bro? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. That's better, and you know, can you see the loudness is helping because you've got enough air supplying for the sound. Do you get it? You know. Can you imagine the flute with no air being blown into it, like that? You're just blowing in. Well, you can do the whole thing, man. It's not gonna sound like anything, is it? Come on, Ustad, teacher, be a bit loud. Not bis. Bismillah, bismi. It means be ism. Bismi. Move past it very quickly. Bismillah. Did I sit on it? Did I go Bismillah? No. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. See how quickly I move past the Bismi bit. Bismillah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Bismi is quick out of the way. Yeah, you're going to learn that later on with Alhamdulillah. It's not Alhamdulillah, it's Alhamdulillah, because the Alif Lam is not part of the word. It's just to make it definite. So it's Alhamdulillah wal asr, not wal asr. Yeah, it's wal asr. Same thing here. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Please make it quick.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Not lazy mouth, bro.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Ma. That's wrong. I'm copying you. Yeah. Ma.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Closer, but it needs to be even more than that. Ma, like.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, let's get it out. Take it out of the. My teacher used to always say this: any ayah you find hard, break it into smaller pieces, and then put it back in. That's the skill, and you're going to learn that in the later surahs because you're going to suffer otherwise. So take it out. We just concentrate on the ma. If you go, purse your lips and make it that one like that, yeah, ma, and then you go. Ma, do you get it? Ma, and the airflow is like this though. You know what I mean by that, yeah? It's not ma, yeah? It's ma, ba.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yes, there you go.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yeah, obviously you're thinking about it now, so you're sticking a bit, and you're elongating it. La tamud, yeah? So don't extend it, don't make mud out of it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm telling you, yeah. You know, I had like basically a teacher, like whenever they see a Bengali guy, yeah, trying to recite, yeah, in Egypt, they don't give it much weight, yeah. So when I went and gave my sabah to someone, yeah, who didn't know that I studied with my ustad, as soon as I said the basmala, betamorigisa like that. You get it, yeah. And you will, if you have someone who has any worth their salt in terms of the tajweed, when they hear even what you've done now, and slowly you'll make it better, believe me, you're dangerous. You know, as soon as when I remember he's expecting me Bengali mata, like that. But as soon as I said, Ustaz, let me begin, and I went, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. He just thought, okay. I'm listening now. Basmala is important. I know we're not Shafi'i, so we don't obviously say it out loud, but Bismillah, you'll realize the scene is what you're saying in, not Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. You're going to start fixing your salana. Subh. Subh. Yeah, because it's seen, ba is qalqala, and the way you do qalqala on ba is ba, abe, tabe. Subhanallah. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Yeah? You'll start noticing, you're going to start fixing your salah slowly, yeah? Subh. Is it subh or Subhana Rabbiyal A'la? It's not sad. It's not sad. In fact, that ain't even in the Arabic alphabet. Subh. There's no such thing. It's sad. When you've got a dry mouth, come on. It's not easy to pronounce these letters. Sad. I should have got Sad. Sadiqeen. Like that. Sa. Yeah? But I'm giving, so it's not subh, because it's not sub, it's subhanallah. Subh. So when you say in sajda, subhanallah, subhana rabbiyal a'la. I'll say it in Bengali, they say alada moza in your salah. Trust me, in your salah, alada moza, when you're reciting exactly the way Allah wanted you to kind of recite it, man. Anyway, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yeah, I'm going to over-tie you on this a bit because I think we've only got enough time for the Basmala today. I think you've all had a go what to concentrate on. The ba, let's go through them now, yeah? The ba, make sure it's light, not b, not bow selector, bow, yeah? All of that business. Some sort of underground kind of, some sort of, it's bi, this. You'll notice, listen to Husari, listen to them and compare them to what I've taught you. He'll go, Bismillah. He won't go, Bismillah. It's soft. Ba is what they call muraqqaqa, raqiq. Yeah, it's light. Very gentle. Yeah. Ism, we know that make the whistling sound. Mi is fine. Bismillah, we know that on Kesra, on Zer, that it's not heavy on Allah. Because it's Allah or Rasulullah, fine. But if it's Lillah, it's Lillah. It's not Lillah. Yeah? Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. So we know Ra, Ru, Ri. Fir'aun, not Fir'aun. So we know that Ra is heavy when it's Zobar, heavy when it's Pesh, light when it's Ra is heavy when it's Zobar, it's heavy when it's Pesh, Pesh, but it's light on what? Zer. You sure that of that, yeah? Kafirin or Kafirin. Reen, innit? Reen, yeah? That's the one you're used to in your English language when you go, oh, he was running, innit? Running. Yeah? But when you say the word roast, he roasted you, bro. He roasted you. What are you saying? Mufakhama, innit? Heavy. He's saying he roasted you. You're going, he roasted you. Yeah? Raw. You go, I'm going to have a read, that's light letter. Okay? But when you use the R letter in read, when you apply that to roast, it doesn't work, does it? It doesn't. You don't go roast. Yeah, roast. It's like, sounds a bit weird, innit? You go roast. Heavy letter. Roast chicken, innit, right? So, please make sure that your ra is heavy letter in the mouth, and ra meaning that it had a little ripple. That flick of the tongue on the top of the mouth. Ra, like r, and then you go ra. You just do one semi-ripple, yeah? Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, and the only other thing, ni, that's fine. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, and the ha, guys, you gotta nail that one. I want to actually hear the ha. Just the ha, as hard as you can make it.
Ha.
Say it again.
Ha.
That's fine, but you don't go. It doesn't start light and go heavy. A lot of you guys do that. Like you're working up. Like, let me have a warm up first. Yeah. No warm up session. You don't go ha like that. It's from the beginning. Ha. It's not like a'i. It's not a'i. It's a. Isn't it? It's not a or ah. It's ah. Can you see ah came up from the beginning? Which you know is going to be punishing on the ta'awudh. Some of you, some of them already know, yeah? Right? And I will be giving that as homework for the next lesson, yeah? So it's ha, ha, ha. Can you see it's coming out as the first sound that's coming on, not the second sound. Go on.
Ha.
That one sound better.
Ha.
That's fine. Can you see it's the first sound is ha, not ah, ha, like that. Don't go ah, ha. Yeah? Ha, straight in there. Go on.
Ha.
It's alright, it's a bit weak, isn't it?
Ha.
Not ha. Yeah?
Ha.
Ha, nice and clean. Ha, ha, ha.
Ha.
Getting there. Ha.
Ha.
Your mouth shouldn't be like this because it will restrict you. Ha, ha. Open
Ha.
your mouth more.
Ha.
It's close. Go on.
Ha.
That's alright. Open your mouth a bit more, bro.
Ha.
In a luxury life you've been living, brother. Open your mouth bigger. Ha.
Ha.
Why is it ha? Ha, ha, ha.
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 That's better. Kamal Bhai.
Ha.
Thank you very much.
Ha. Ha.
Harder. Put more ha.
Ha. Ha.
That one was better. Go again.
Ha.
Just say it 5 times and I'll tell you which one I like.
Ha. 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 Ha.
Okay, you're not trying to do it better though each time, are you? You just gave me 5 of the same. It's like a spot the difference game. No,
Ha.
do it differently so I can pick one.
Ha.
That one's better.
Ha. Ha.
That one, the last one, ha. Can you see that? Ha. Sometimes people do make a mistake and add some sort of ayn to it. Have you ever seen that come out? Ah, yeah. Don't add an ayn to it, but there is an element of something like that because I noticed you're doing that, and that's go more near that. Go there. Wherever it is you will go. Ha.
Ha.
A bit louder, gone.
Ha.
Okay. You need practice of that, right? Give yourself, you need to practice that. Masumbai?
Ha.
MashaAllah. Ha. Go on again.
Ustad Masood.
Ha.
Again.
Ha.
That's better. His ha's are good. Nurulbai?
Ha.
That's actually quite good, bro. Go ahead.
Ha. Is there an ayn in there?
No way is there an ayn in there. No. Ha.
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 Don't have gravel.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Ha.
Not, like this gravel in it. That means you're not clean. You're not. Your sound isn't clean yet.
Ha.
Now people go, when they make the ghain, it should be like that. And the way they say it is they tell you to get water and gargle it until you can make one tone. But
Ha.
we'll practice that later.
Ha.
Ha,
Ha.
ha, ha.
Ha.
It is really guttural. Do you know what I mean? It is very deep. Lahan bukbaraizar in your mouth. You might accidentally have one lung come out. Yeah.
Ha.
Ha.
Ha. Ha.
Rahim.
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 Rahim. Ha.
Actually, now this is your problem. I know your weakness. You're saying ha, yeah? I don't know if you're going to say hu because you haven't read it yet. When you say suhufu, where for example, when you say when you say وَإِذَا السُّحُفِ
Suhufi.
what is it?
Ha.
نُشِرَتْ وَإِذَا السُّحُفِ نُشِرَتْ in Surah Al-Infitar, I think, Takwir. Yeah? So, some of you guys are good at the letter when it's on ha. But when you go him, for some reason it's weak. Just like everybody's ayn, without even testing you, I know your ayn is good when you go probably like ah. But when it's I, it's weaker. So I want to hear your hi. Rahim. Say Rahim.
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 Yeah, your ha is weak. Yeah?
Rahim.
The way you say ha.
Ha.
So that one, what you gotta,
Rahim.
you know what I'm getting at. So you know what to practice. Rahim. The way you say ha, put that on the one with the kesra, with the ya, or with the zer.
Rahim.
Okay, alhamdulillah. I think more or less you've got an idea of what it's like. Did anyone find it like is it too difficult? I can make it easier. Alajul, Ali Masumbai, yourself, bro. It's okay, yeah. Do you know what to practice yourself? Forget what he can't do. Do you know what you can't do, yeah? You can work on those, yeah? So the
Raju,
seen
seen.
is a lifelong thing that you just gotta win that one, yeah?
I have to forget what you're
Yeah? Seen, yeah? His seen, take his seen, go there, yeah? His seen is very, I think I remember once your sheen was so too much, yeah? I had to tell him to calm it down. Honestly, I've never told someone to calm it down, yeah?
But you know how I learned this?
Because he went sheen like that, and I thought, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
You taught me this.
Yeah, the sheen.
Remember Munim's office?
Yeah.
That's what you taught me.
Okay, so alhamdulillah, practice that. And now what I'm going to do is just give you homework. Yeah, the next week, inshallah, or whenever the next lesson is. I mean, look, my circumstances could change just as yours. We're brothers who are trying to be considerate of each other. Do you get it? So you're on the WhatsApp group. Are you on the WhatsApp group, bro? So what we do is we tell each other when we want to do our stuff, and where, when, and how is up to us. Do you understand? Yeah, there's no outside thingy. Masum Bhai is the one who basically kind of organizes everything. He tells me where I'm going to be. You guys speak to him, through the WhatsApp group, and then we'll do it. So you have WhatsApp to kind of keep communication. You have Skype. Do you get it? And by the way, yeah, to get a lesson like this on this level of detail. My wife, like I said, she's doing the Ijaza program, and she, it's like 20 quid an hour, guys. Yeah, 25. It's more than your driving lessons. Okay, so you have to appreciate that. You might want to take advantage of this, yeah, while I still can as well, because I'm gonna go on doing other things and whatever. This is a good time where, we teach this and just exploit it. Yeah, you got the Skype thing. You end midweek, practice it, and I'm telling you, there is no special time. Yeah, my son, he wakes up. The first thing he does is read the dua for waking up. After that, first thing he does is he'll practice the surah I was teaching him yesterday. Do you get it? So as soon as he wakes up, he'll go Iqra Bismi. Oh, is it Bismi Rabbi? Or is it Bish? So you already know. So he's like, he wakes up and he goes Iqra Bismi Rabbika alladhi khalaq. So he says it at the beginning, and then Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi. He's running to the toilet, and so he's practicing his tajweed as soon as he wakes up, in all his dua and everything else. Alaju, I know you love to drive, or you have to drive, or you love to have to drive. One of those. So that's where to learn. I don't know, Masum Bhai, do you go work by tube? I don't know what you guys do. I don't know your lives. Yeah, you know your lives. But please, this is the time when you're on the tube, when you're traveling alone, when you're doing these moments before you go to sleep. Start practicing these things. There is no special time. If you're looking for special time in this dunya, you are really mistaken, guys. When I had my mom in the hospital on appointment and this, that and the other, there's no good time. That's what my ustad said. I said, Ustad, I want to cancel every lesson this week and next week. He said, that's fine, but no, brother, that this dunya, there's no good time. There is no good time. You have to make that time. You have to put that effort in, and the little pockets of time Allah gives you, He only ever wanted you to use that. Do you get it? And if you don't use that and you're just sitting on the tube like that, looking at Facebook or whatever it is you do, so wasting your time. Get the Quran app out and start knocking it out. Get Husari. There's apps that have the Husari as your chosen reciter, isn't it? Quran and these others. Get it, put it on, listen to him. Okay, this is how he does it. And have the interaction with recitation. Yes. Yeah. Not, what's the other one? Khalid? Mashari. It's not Mashari, bro. Mashari ain't even on the list.
I just had a look at the Quran app.
Yeah. It's Min Shawi. He's second.
Is he on the Quran?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so hard. When you realize now, there's so much recitation out here. Then when you try and find a good one, didn't I put an APB out on Facebook? I was literally saying anyone who gets it will, I was like hunting these things down before.
The good ones have been discarded.
That's right. That's right. Like, for example, Sudais, yeah? Sudais, despite his support for the Egyptian regime and all the other dodgy things, yeah? His recitation itself, he's just got one of those voices, in it. It's like you got that, he's got that thing in his voice, yeah? But in terms of the tajweed, you probably wouldn't want to take your tajweed as your template. Even Sudais, of course, I can learn from Sudais. But I wouldn't take him as my template, because there are certain, let's say, compromises being made that aren't in that. There are some ikhtilaf, yeah? So don't think, yeah? So this just to show that why to take that away, yeah? If I go to the masjid, yeah, I don't go in there thinking, yeah, man, look at that. I heard Sheikh Abdul Qayyum, and there were some things I could have said, but then I realized, no, but there is ikhtilaf, because in the sanad, in the ijazah that you get, they're different, isn't it? So for example, I'm going to teach you from the chain of which I'm still learning. I'm not part of the chain yet. But I'm going to say mustaqim, mustaqim. But Kamal, I believe, says mustaqim, mustaqim. Very subtle difference, but you might think, ha ha ha, look at him, he says mustaqim, or look at him, he says mustaqim. But this is the difference between the ijazas, from what chain you learnt your recitation from. Do you get it? So my wife says mustaqim, but she doesn't agree with you on mustaqim, completely flat. She wouldn't say it's completely flat. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ. Yeah, it's قِيلَ لَهُمْ, not qi, like completely flat. So the ijazas are different. So if you hear some difference from how I've taught you, don't automatically think that the guy's wrong. There might be some difference in the riwayah, but some things, I'm telling you, you'll realize when you pray at your local, there's some things that we need to help ourselves, really. Don't look at other people's mistakes, yeah, and exalt yourself above them. Look at their mistakes and really realize that what are my things that I need to develop in myself. Because you are learning here, I assume, yeah, that not a single person in this room is planning to be celibate for the rest of his life. Okay? So you're going to get married and you're going to have kids. And those kids, you're going to cry. And I'm telling you, if you haven't got strong iman, then you probably won't cry. But you will cry that your kids have to pay for your poor learning. Do you know what I mean? Because I do. I'm crying even now. I think my poor son, his trajectory is limited by my limitations. If only I was better, my son could have started off where I've ended. Do you know what I mean? When I told him, he goes, what surah are you going to do with them, Dad? This class. I go, we're going to Surah Al-Fatiha. He went, Surah Al-Fatiha? You know what I mean? But it's good because the kids, they have to be 10 times better than us. That's how it's got to be. So if you're planning to have kids and all that, man, you can't turn sheikh overnight. Your kids are going to come, he's going to look at you, you're going to think, Dad's a bit rubbish. And then he's going to have low standards. There's a reason why, I'm not saying all the time, but a reason why a lot of the parents, if they're doctors and they're lawyers, their sons end up kind of like being doctors and lawyers. Isn't it? Just generally speaking, because there's a work ethic and a study ethic. But if you're living in a council flat, I'm not saying poor people are bad, I'm looking at the practices. You can be poor, but live rich. You can be rich if you're poor, because if you have the standards of a refined person. But you can have the standards, you can be rich, but you can still never, but actually be poor. So like, for example, that person who won the lottery, yeah, so she's become rich, right? But she painted her whole house in the colour of a Benetton bag, because you can't buy good taste. Do you see my point? You're still poor, thinking like a poor person, Benetton everything, the house. So, for that reason, if we improve it, our children, inshallah, will benefit from that. So the homework is, very quickly, because we've got to all go, it's Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah? Dhu. Yeah? Dhu. It's a dhal. The mistake you're going to make, you're going to go a'u, and because your mouth is comfortable like that, dhu, which is a dhal, by the way. That's the makhraj for dhal. Dha. Azim. Yeah? So if you want to say dhal, it's a'u dhu. So it's a'u dhu. A'u dhu. Khaysoni. The beginning of the first 3 letters, you already, I spent hours on that, yeah? A'u dhu. A'udhu billahi minash. So all of that is fine. A'udhu billahi minash nash. The sheen has to be sh. You know why? Because they say hudhifa shaitan. Hudhifa shaitan means who's been to Bangladesh? Yeah? If you go to a cat, he's not going to do nothing. He's going to look at you and go, yeah? But if you go, what's he going to do? He's going to run. So because when you say the sheen, it's supposed to you're telling shaitan to get out of here. Get out of here. So it's a'udhu bil. So it's a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Ta. You're going to learn ta. Yeah? Guys, think about it. You're learning, I would say, a quarter of all letters in the Quran already. We haven't even touched Surah Al-Fatiha. This is misleading advertising, because we told you you're going to do Surah Al-Fatiha. But you see, you're already making life easier. Because you're going to say, صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ صِرَاطَ طَ. So you're learning it already. شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. So the lessons to learn very quickly. أعوذ. Yeah, this is your homework. أعوذ. ذو. Say الذي, Masum.
الذي.
No,
الذي.
الذي. It's that dhal, bro. So why is it we go أعوذ? That's a dhal. Wrong letter. أعوذ. ذو. Let me do it in slow motion so the brother can see. أعوذ. أعوذ. You see that one? Like you're going to say الذي. أعوذ. Okay, so you know أعوذ. ذو. You know? So بالله من الشيطان. So it's to be أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Nish. It's a strong sheen. حذف الشيطان. You're supposed to, the way they describe it is that it has to shimmer like chandeliers. You know, like that. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Nish. Big sheen, guys. Yeah, sheen is always heavy. Nashaytanir rajim and ta. Yeah. So you know what letters? Ain, a'udhu, not dhu. Billahi, you know that already because you were taught in the previous one. And bismillahi. Yeah. Ta. Ta is heavy. Ta. It's like a tabla, you know. Ta. Not twa and not ta and it's not ta. It's ta. Yeah, that one I will be as trying accurate. It's ta, ti, tu, ta. It's like you're hitting a tabla. You know, ta. That one you're gonna have to practice. And if you think it's hard, then we can always phone a friend. I can call my son. He's 5. He's worked it out. So it's not hard. I know because I know everyone suffered here, and honestly I feel like getting Hamza here. He'll just tell you. He can say Shaytanir Rajim. So the ta, ra, it's not rajim, it's rajim, and the jim, yet again, smiley face, yeah, because it's that letter. Okay, that's going to be the next lesson, and inshallah ta'ala we'll even go into the Surah Al-Fatiha upon the doorstep and inshallah. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله العظيم